Magus? I got two questions about this game. One, why is it so expensive? And two, is this the mythical third entry in the Chrono trilogy behind Chrono Cross? No. No, it's fucking not.
Alright, a little bit about Magus. It's Magus, y'all. It's Magus. Anyway, a little bit about Magus. It was developed by Black Tower Games. You know, the ones that did Archangel for iOS, which maybe 10 or 11 people played, and Friday the 13th on the Xbone. A massively more popular game. And it was published and translated by Axis Games, which, you know some of their games. Anyway, let's start off with the best thing about this game, the audio. It is painfully average. There are no memorable melodies here at all. It just kind of sounds like just some royalty-free stock music that you get off the internet, dirt cheap. But the cool thing about this game is, upon death, a death cry from a very small sampling of death cries is picked. Meaning you'll hear each one about 100 times or so if you plan on beating this game. And all these death cries are human, even if the enemies are not. Onward to those graphics. Oh lord, the graphics.
Some were taken back to
it looks like a PS2 game being run at 720p.
No one
or
knows,
maybe it's 1080,
not
those
all of them
edges were
brought
kind
back
of
to the
sharp.
Empire.
But
Mankind had yet
on
to
the
move
plus
into these
side,
lands and
there's a
still lived
very
in regions
variable
far to
frame
the north.
rate. And sometimes it hits
My
60,
God.
so
If they left anything
this is one of a
behind, they would be
handful
able
of
to find
PS3 games that's 3D and hits 60 FPS. The character design looks like, you know, slightly tweaked stock models. Again, a model that you can buy on the internet. Except for this Lady Cohort's face, which is unique
He's the one who attacked us.
in its own special way.
The gods must have sent them for
The
some
environments here vary from acceptable to downright ugly. Now, we march on to this terrible, awful game design. Probably the most memorable aspect of this game. Every level is the same design-wise. You go through a series of chambers and or hallways. Watch your PS3 as it begs for mercy as you fight hordes of maybe one or two types of enemies. You fight a boss, you rinse and
Most
repeat.
definitely not. I do not
It's actually
understand.
quite easy
The
to break
undead
this
elder
game.
said-
Really, any collapsing door is a breakpoint if you just back up after it starts falling. The primary magic attack is basically the plasma cannon from Doom without a gun model. It very fast pulses of plasma magic being shot out. These alternate spells are actually kind of cool, but there's no need to use them since the primary attack is so overpowered. You just put on the gear that makes the numbers bigger for better attacks. There's little to no variation in the gear whatsoever. And speaking of which, look at these item names. Onto the plot. After somehow breaking out of prison for who knows what, Sidekick Lady here gets you to say her trigger phrase, and suddenly spills out that you're a god.
As my lord commands.
That's some Scott Walker style expo going on right there. Oh, I almost forgot to say during the synopsis, but this one-sided audio conversation is quite annoying.
For years, I've been going in and out of the prisons of the Empire in search of someone. The gods of this world. I will only warn you once. Do not speak blasphemy while in my presence. I'm not here to debate the existence
The
of the
reason
gods
it
with
works
you.
well in, say, Fallout is because you never see your own character.
There is a simple way
But
to
if
find
you're
out
going to show
whether
both
I'm
characters,
notable.
Have them both
Repeat this
freaking
phrase.
talk.
If I am
But anyway, I also found the dark sections of this game to be like really, really dark, but I'm gonna chalk that up to how my TV likes to add contrast to pretty much everything. It probably wasn't this dark on the TVs of like 7 or so years ago when the game came out. Anyway, after slogging our way through the prison, we meet up with the head guard. He and a bunch of other guards start fighting. I hope you like this formula. Then we find out that this lady was hit with the Men in Black memory wipe.
so that I
For
cannot
what
give
reason?
useful information if I am apprehended.
Who knows? She just kind of
I
was.
receive my assignments from
And
guards.
this level also serves as an intro to one other color of magic, blue. And blue is slightly more powerful than green. Oh, and you can't keep constantly spamming it like green. They come out in bursts of 3. Anyway, the guard here is friendly enough to tell us that the game takes place on a floating island thousands of feet above the world. Hey, wait a minute. Well, to be fair, lots of other games take place on floating islands, so... Keep your cool, man.
It's all very
Keep your
surreal,
cool.
like, not in a David Lynch
Now,
way.
after going along this linear path, we get introduced to Magus's tower. Or Magus's tower. Hang on a second. Maybe this is part of the Chrono universe. I mean, that Magus had a tower. Oh, and also in Magus's tower, we get introduced to the other color of magic, red. Red is just as strong as blue, I guess. I don't know, I barely ever used it. So then we venture onto the snow caps to fight skeletons. It was also here that I turned off the background music because it was actually getting kind of annoying. So let me turn on some superior background music in post. And then we fight mummies. And then we fight the king of the undead. And then we fight Muslims? Oh boy. And then we fight Titans. We capture the lead Titan. And then we fight unicorns. Note the human death sounds on these unicorns. And these unicorns were also used as like an allegory for slavery, which is dumb. What were they on when they were making this game? Anyway, and then we fight the Lizard Man. And, you know, you gotta appeal to that Alex Jones fan base. And then we fight more knights. Then we fight the all-female cast in the last level. And we beat the Queen's Guardians. Then we beat the Queen. Then... game over. Wow, that was fast. Wow, that was short. Thank